Sardis Junior Secondary was built in 1956 in response to the continued expansion of Chilliwack's school district population. This project was situated on 10 acres of land on Stevenson Road, Sardis.
The school was opened on September 1956 for grades 7, 8, and 9 and served pupils from Sardis, Achilles, Greendale, Camp Chilliwack, Vedder Crossing, Cultus Lake, Columbia Valley, Promontory, East Chilliwack, Yarrow, and Ryder Lake. Physical facilities included 17 regular classrooms, 2 home economic centers, 3 industrial art shops, and a gymnasium. Window space was reduced and heightened above desk level to prevent eyes wandering outside. More stress was placed on artificial lighting. Fuel bills were also expected to be lower as a result of this design. Built at a cost of $437,469, Sardis Junior was among the most modern schools in Canada. Community use of the building was facilitated by allowing the school proper to be blocked off, enabling public use of the gym, kitchen, and small room.
The principal was Mr. H.K. Manuel, who, with the staff of 20, launched the new school. Minister of Education R.G. Williston officially opened the new school October 23, 1956. In September 1960, with the organization of the Rosedale Junior High School, students resident in East Chilliwack and in Ryder Lake were transferred from Sardis Junior. The enrollment of Sardis Junior continued to rise and the construction of additional rooms was contemplated.
For the 1963 to 1964 school year, Sardis Junior expanded to include grade 10. The students of 1963 may remember sitting in class when the public address system suddenly and unexpectedly broadcast the news of President Kennedy's assassination.
Governor and Mrs. Connolly are in the car with President and Mrs. Kennedy. We can't see who has been hit, if anybody's been hit, but apparently something is wrong here. Something is terribly wrong. I'm in behind the motorcade trying to follow them. It looks as though they're going to Parkland Hospital.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin. Dallas, Texas. The flash, apparently official. President John F. Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
To meet the growing community needs, in 1964 through 1965, Sardis expanded to include grade 11. New classrooms and a shop were added accordingly.
September 1965 to 66 saw the opening of the new Science and Industrial Education Wing. However, all students going into grade 12 still had to move to Chilliwack Senior for their graduation year. Chilliwack School District held a referendum, number 6, for both senior secondaries expansion. Requested for the Sardis Junior Senior Secondary was 1. Gymnasium extension, and 2. Renovation of science, metal, woodwork, and administration area and the necessary equipment for new programs.
Both Canada and Sardis Secondary celebrated their birthdays in 1967. Sardis was in its 10th year when student Gerald Giesbrecht wrote,
100 years ago, this country was like a newborn child. Men then came on horseback seeking gold. Some came on ships looking for furs, others in wagons searching for unplowed land. They came seeking freedom. They built, they planted, they traded. The child grew, it prospered, it became a nation, a vast empire stretching from sea to sea, a land of the free and the strong.
Sardis expanded to a full junior secondary school enrolling grades 8 through 12, and in June 1967 presented to the district the first graduating class from Sardis Secondary of about 90 students.
From 1969 to 70, the administration, library, and gymnasium were expanded. Blue jeans were outlawed in school, and anyone coming to school wearing them had to sit in the library. A highlight of this year was the Sardis band performance in Osaka, Japan, for Expo 70. 2 years of preparation preceded this tour. Mr. Hugi and the Band Parents Committee were instrumental in organizing the fundraising activities, such as the 30-hour band marathon, the 3.5-day teeter-totter marathon, workdays, and cabarets.
It became tradition for students to scratch their initials on the activity room pole. Mr. Shannon faithfully repainted the pole on St. Patrick's Day each and every year. It became affectionately known as Shannon's Pole, and in 1971 through 1972, the following poem was written about this pole, author unknown.
There were 3 poles within a large room. They made 3 wishes to be a fine bed. fit for a king to lie on, he said. The second a boat wanted to be, to carry the king away o'er the sea. I am what I am, and I be not a mole, that's how it is, so said the third pole. I have only one wish that I could wish on, that's to be remembered long after I'm gone. A teacher came and felled the first pole. Soon the form of a bed shall be my soul. But was it in the scorn, or was it in anger? He found himself fashioned into a manger. The third pole was left, and he was left all alone. Still he remained, was still growing strong, and the wind in the activity room kept murmuring on, you will be remembered long after you're gone.
Sardis was 17 years old. Streaking was a popular occurrence. Sardis students won the first annual pancake eating contest in competition against Chilliwack, an event which made the front page of the Progress. The concert band traveled to California for a musical convention and toured Disneyland. Sardis Falcons football teams were Fraser Valley champs. In the Shrine Bowl during the final quarter of play at Empire Stadium, they lost
1974 to 75. This was the year of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, David Bowie wannabes, sock hops to the tunes of Creedence Clearwater Revival, and driving an Austin Mini down the hallway and getting it off the roof. Good times were had hanging around Shannon's pole.
Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end, for we were young and sure to have our way.
In 1977 to 1978, the Student Council continued to raise their share of the cost of the proposed tennis courts. Sports lottery tickets were sold for the first time at Sardis. This and the wonderful response to the plays Stuff and Dreamers helped students toward their goal. This year also saw the opening of the new music.
The 1978 through 1979 season was one in which a number of collective and individual dreams were realized at Sardis Secondary. As a result of the hard work and dedication of 3 consecutive Sardis student councils and the generous assistance of CFB Chilliwack, Sardis was able to hold the grand opening of its new tennis courts. The construction of the tennis courts, a $12,000 plus dream, was chiefly a student council organized scheme. This year also saw the revival of the Sardis Secondary School newspaper, The Optimist.
In the 1981 to 1982 school year, Sardis hosted a Rotary Exchange student from Australia who liked Sardis because it had fewer rules than Australian schools. This year also saw the addition of the jukebox room and the school store, which buried Shannon's Pole. Our school hosted the 1982 Hammerscold Cup debates and donated money to the Terry Fox Memorial Cancer Research Fund.
1995 school year, Sardis expanded and continued to grow, offering a full range of programs and courses designed to meet the varied needs of the students. The school now offered many special programs, including the English as a Second Language program, special tutorial classes, a learning assistance center, career counseling, and a career preparation program in commerce. The school then housed 950 students, a teaching staff of 53, and a graduating classes of over 200 students. The winning attitude of Sardis prevailed in both the classroom and on the playing field. In 1984, two of our graduates were honored by the school. Rick Klassen of the BC Lions for his achievements in athletics, and Dominique Barton as the Provincial Rhodes Scholar of 1984. In 1985, Carmen Kirkness led the Sardis team, coached by Brenda McFarland, to victory in the BC Field Hockey Championships.
They said it couldn't be done, but the Sardis senior girls field hockey team won the BC Championship for the second consecutive year in 1985 to 86. Highlight of the 1987 to 88 years saw a rebirth at Sardis. It was written, when the idea of replacing Freddie the Falcon originally came up, it may have seemed improper to some and perhaps even blasphemous. But as the year progressed, we began to notice some subtle changes in our idol of old. He seemed to be tiring, perhaps from the repeated maulings by despicable headhunters at certain away games, or perhaps from the thousands of times he had spelled Sardis with his body. Either way, Freddie was on his last legs. The decision was made. Freddie would have to be replaced. Through the care and nurturing of Falcon breeder Weldon Gray and his faithful assistant Stuart Burge, a new bird was raised and educated in the ways of rowdiness. He was introduced to the school at a pep rally and was an instant success.
See a country mile, it's the city beat, a sandy beach, or a small town street. No two places gonna feel the same. Take a look around. Where you're from, it doesn't matter. What you wear, it doesn't matter. The way you move, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you cut your hair. It's what's inside that counts. It's what's inside that counts. It's a brand new style. It's a broken heart. A young girl's smile. It's a work of art. No two people gonna see it the same. Take a look around. The whispered word. It's a rock and roll band. Thunder at night. Clapping your hands. No two people gonna hear it the same. Take a look around. Where you're from, it doesn't matter. What you wear, it doesn't matter. The way you move, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you cut your hair. It's what's inside that counts. It's what's inside that counts. It's what's inside that counts.
1989 to 90. This year saw the presentation of Sardis's new nameplate, the 400-year-old log sign supervised by Mr. Timischuk. As the cranes lowered the log onto the supports made by Mr. Allen, they gave way to the tremendous weight. The supports were reconstructed and finally there it sat, the pride of our school.
On October 12, 1990, a potlatch was held for the first time in a Canadian school to dedicate a totem carved by Francis Horne Sr. and students Dwayne Malloway, Marvin Malloway, Glenn Malloway, and Francis Horne Jr. Potlatch is a Nootka term meaning giving or gift. The main objective of a potlatch was public witness to an important event. The totem depicts a mother bear and cub to symbolize the school and students, and a frog which represents seasonal change. This project was initiated by our native support teacher, Mr. Gerald Charlie, with the enthusiastic support of students and Mr. Gary Wall.
Advisory Council. The PAC's main objective is to enhance communication and cooperation among students, school, home, and community in providing for the education of children.
25 years and my life is still
hosted by Sardis Pack. The senior boys' basketball trip to Maui was a wonderful way to spend Christmas vacation. No school, no parents, just beaches and basketball and bikinis. The senior girls' field hockey team placed first this year in league play and second in the BC Championships. Sardis drama students Amy Bannister and Sarah Dennis won Best Actress and Best Junior Actress awards, respectively, for their performances at the Community Arts Centre. This year also saw the completion of the Sardis secondary track for the BC Summer Games, and Sardis School was used as a dormitory, accommodating BC's best athletes.
Back in the 1980s, it became apparent that the old building at Sardis Secondary was in need of upgrading. Proposals were made to expand the existing structure to meet the needs which were foreseen. However, because of various deficiencies in the old building, it became obvious in the late 80s that a new building would be needed. A constantly changing stream of design proposals passed back and forth between the school and the office of Gordon Graham, our architect. Groundbreaking ceremonies were held on October 20th, 1993. Staff, students, and community alike watched with interest as the structure took shape.
old Sardis Secondary will be gone forever in March 1995. To help preserve our strong traditions and say goodbye to the old and welcome the new, a series of events were held. Each of these included tours of both the old and new schools. The first open house in November 1994 drew over 400 alumni, students, and teachers. The December 1994 open house enabled another 100 to revisit the school. The last hurrah was held on February 18, 1995, which drew almost 1,000 guests.
On March 16, 1995, the move was made and a new era began.